In less than a month, their 10-year green card was about to be expired, but they've been stuck in Europe for over 5 years. They left in 2018 because they needed to care for their parents, who unfortunately passed away in 2021, and because of COVID, they couldn't get back. They don't really speak English. This European grandparents, 70, 80 years old, have children who are US citizen, have grandchildren who are US citizen, and they were terrified if they couldn't get back. With everything that was going on in Europe, their children contacted us and we planned out their entry package and we successfully got them back in the US. We want to share this story with you. Let's get to it. Hi, my name is Joseph. I'm the managing partner here at Tsang and Associates, where we solve legal problems with creative solutions. So this couple, 70, 80 years old, don't really speak English that well, but they are extremely friendly. When we were Zooming with them, you can tell that they're a bubbly nature, that they're kind, and really what happened to them was just unfortunate. They left in 2018 to care for their parents. I mean, yes, they have a lot of offsprings here in the US, but they still have responsibility to their parents. And unfortunately, they were getting sicker and sicker and eventually passed away. And then COVID, they couldn't get back. They had to sell a house, and then the war started. And so life was a mess. But now in 2023, they finally wanted to get back, but they only had 2 months left on their 10-year green card. From everything they've read, the SB1s were getting denied. They couldn't even get an airfare. They contacted different travel agencies and everyone was denying them the airfare to get back. And they didn't really have US taxes. They had taxes before they left the US, but since 2018, after they left, they really didn't file taxes, especially with everything going on, right? And so they're at retirement age, they don't have a job. They just had family ties in the US. And that was the thing that we leaned in on, explaining how their life is here. What symbolizes family and life and home more than your own kids? It's not the taxes, it's not property, it's not savings account, it's family. So the way we prepared this case was almost like a 751 waiver marriage case where we documented the family ties and the close-knit relationship and text messages and the email to show they never intended to abandon their children and they always wanted to come back, and where they will be living and how the children got their rooms ready. They were so nervous in the beginning because we had such a short time to prepare for everything, but after collecting everything, after coaching, after preparing, they were a lot more confident. They knew exactly what they had to say. They had all the documents printed out. So when they flew in, we were on standby, holding our breath. Their children, their grandchildren were cheering them on. And then they entered successfully and they're now finally be able to reunite with their parents. This was a slightly more difficult case because there were just so little documents other than home ties. But the two things that really helped them was that they tried to contact different travel agencies throughout the period while they were over there and they got denied. And so we document and we proved that they physically couldn't come back because the airlines couldn't bring them back. They also had a sympathetic reason that their parents passed away and they had US citizen children and grandchildren. And so once the officer reviewed everything with a smile, approved them, so they didn't even get a severe warning, which we thought they would probably get. A lot of people who left the US for 6 months, a year and a half, the officers are confiscating the green card, making people pay this fine, and then it's a one-time payment, and now you lose that privilege to be able to get this waiver done again in the future, or it's a much higher battle in order to get this waiver. And so every single time you come in, you're going to be warned again. It's devastating. But for this couple, the officer did not do that. Even though they left the US for like 5 years, they were able to happily reunite with the family. They were thrilled. Margaret and her team did a great job preparing everything, and so I can't wait for her to share with you some of the other backgrounds to this very, very awesome story. Take care. Bye-bye.